folks, welcome on into Rogue Resistance for this Tuesday, December 7th, better known as Pearl Harbor Day. If you have any relative that served in World War II, most specifically at Pearl Harbor, then, we honor and remember those that lost their lives. Over 2,400 brave Americans died that day, and let us not forget what December 7th is all about. So I want to lead in with that. We have a great panel for you tonight. We are down some people because Stephen and Tommy are in Florida. They are honoring our late friend JJ. And I have a picture that Tommy sent me that he wanted to share because he put together a really nice memorial service for JJ. I was really happy that that all went down. But I'll go and introduce our panel, and then we will say hi to all of you in the chat. So over here next to me is Mr. Immortal Coil. What is up, sir?
What's happening, YouTube? Just a humble immortal from a savage land, looking to talk some real shit tonight. How you doing, sir?
That's right. That's right. And also, we've got the man, the myth, the legend, Ep.7, the people's champ.
COVID couldn't beat me. The man can't hold me down. Here I am, Redskin hat on. Yes, they are still the Washington Redskins. That Washington football team nonsense out of here. Welcome, Drew. Hey, brother. Thanks for having me back on. It is great to be back this week after missing the show last week. Seriously, though, I feel great. I feel great. This is an awesome panel. Hail this chat, the Rogue Entertainment chat, the best fucking chat on YouTube.
That's right. And we have right underneath you. play Vinny, you're not a power bottom. I'm not going to call you power bottom.
No. You're wrong. I'm not a power bottom. You're wrong. Get your boosters, everybody, you sons of bitches. No, it's always great to be here, my friend.
Mr. Vinny Tartamella, one of the best comic book artists you will find out anywhere. And we're glad to have him. And of course, last but not least, our special guest, our first return guest in Rogue Resistance history, and that is the wonderful and awesome Summer Elliott, my dear, dear friend, one of the best up-and-coming conservative, patriot people that you could ever hope to see, to listen to, because you know what? I'll tell you, listening to Summer is better than sitting there and dropping $300 going to something like TPUSA, because she's better than anybody you'll see at TPUSA, I guarantee.
Oh, well, thank you.
That's right. So, and we got a lot of peeps in the chat that are very, very, very happy to see you. I know that, Summer, and we'll start from the top. Hail to Janet from another planet. Great to see you, Janet. Always good to see you, honey. Also, we have our boy Angelus Draven in the house. What up, Sparkly Vampy Mike? What's going on? Keely Chow's in the house. What's going on, Keely? Great to see you.
What up?
Got our buddy Freeze Peach Gaming up in here. What's up, Freeze Peach? What's going on, bro? Great to see you.
Peach.
Got Michelle for Also Kind up in here, aka the Gunny. She has her own Twitch channel and she does awesome content. Great to have Gunny up in the house for the first time. Awesome to see Gunny here. And I know she's all happy to see Summer. She was all like, hey, Summer. And, yep, see? There we go. And Macklin Maiden's in the house. Hey, Macklin, good to see you. Our boy, fellow rogue, Machini Draws is up in here. Great to see you, Machini. Got a Time Prophet in here.
Prophet.
I totally typoed his name. I was like, what's up, Time Porpet?
Like a time-traveling dolphin.
Exactly, Time Porpoise. Dude, that's what you are going to be now, Prophet. We're gonna meme you up as a porpoise. You're gonna be the Time Porpoise. Hail to Dragon Master 360, great supporter of the channel. Love seeing you every week, Dragon. Thank you so much for supporting this channel, supporting this program. And of course, got Small Time Republic in the house. What up, Small Time? Great to see you. Got one of our guests from just a week or so ago, JM Walbert's up in the house. Great to see you, JM. Hail to you and thank you for your service, sir. Tony, blue-eyed roof Korean, in the Based is up in here. I've seen him. Also, Ashley Lynn's up in here. Hail to Ashley Lynn, our other fellow rogue in the house. Random Brad Creates in the house. Random Brad Creator, I should say. Rachel, my dear friend from Twitter Spaces, and one of the other great folks that you'll find. Another awesome conservative lady, man. Real good people. Yeah, Rachel, I go all kind of crazy places. You know me. we got Soul Assassin up in the house. What's up, Soul Assassin? So yeah, our boy Darth Haster's in the house. Another great Navy vet, my boy Tim.
Yeah, Shelley.
Shellback TJC. What's going on? And yeah, that about covers it. And of course, got to give props to Trina, Lasso of Truth. She is doing the mod duties, wielding the wrench. So if anybody brings the ruckus, Trina's gonna bring the lasso, and you ain't gonna like that.
Take them
So-
all down.
Do we
That's
really
right.
go right into bondage at the beginning of the show? I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hey now.
I'm just saying.
Bondage.
So
I'll
there's a lot-
approve it. That way you lock them down so we can give them more boosters.
God. I knew we were gonna go right into that. So as
Low hanging fruit right there.
yeah, it was.
It's my
So
fault.
like I said, you know, I alluded to the fact that you know, today was besides being Pearl Harbor Day, it was JJ's you know, celebration of life. It was really what it was. It was a great thing, and Steven attended, Tommy attended, a number of people attended, and our buddy Chris Knight, that we know so well in the community, he actually put together a great thing, because we know JJ was a huge Star Wars fan, and this picture comes courtesy of Tommy. Let me just share the screen here before I boomer it, because I'm good at boomering things. But Chris put it together. They had the 501st there.
Oh, wow.
The great Star Wars cosplay troupe. They had the 501st there, and you know, for Star Wars fans, that's a high honor. That was really awesome that Chris Knight was able to help put that together. You know, I know JJ would have loved that. Again, a great service and celebration of life that they had for him, and we will miss JJ dearly in the community, but I know that he's in a better place, and his soul is being well taken care of. So, you know, I just want to thank Tommy and Steven for going there and representing us and passing along all our condolences to JJ's wonderful family. So that was awesome.
Absolutely, man.
So, yeah, wow, we had a lot happen this week. We had today, Amazon had an outage, so pretty much everything was crippled for a while. People couldn't get packages delivered. Netflix was down. Twitch was screwed up. I mean, my goodness, there was things all across the board. Hail TurboGrafx, great to see you. One of my favorite people that I see normally in Comics Division's chat. Great to see you, buddy. Red Gaze is up in here too. Hail the Gaze Agenda.
What up, Brett?
But yeah, Amazon servers got hit, and I wonder if it was a cyber attack or it was just shoddy servers. What do you guys think?
I think it could have been a cyber attack.
It would explain why the stores were so damn packed. Jesus, I went out today. I had to get some things, and every damn store you couldn't even find parking. I think it was like Disneyland's inside. But yeah, Amazon went down. That's probably why.
Yeah, I mean it's ridiculous, and you have to. It begs the question: why again is everything so now tied centrally to? It goes back to, we talk about the globalists all the time, and this kind of corporate sort of like technocracy they have, and man, this is like Exhibit A, because look at how many things were just absolutely crippled because of this. So we got it right here. Amazon outage impacts thousands of users worldwide. So their web hosting platform suffered a major outage, taking down major websites such as Facebook. Well, nobody misses Facebook.
No.
Netflix,
You
Disney,
mean Meta.
Netflix, Disney Plus. Nobody misses that either. And Venmo. Venmo is kind of a big one. So yeah, it started apparently about 10:17 a.m. Eastern time, according to Down Detector, and it was out for quite a while today. People couldn't shop or do anything, and again, this begs the question: why are we so centrally tied to all this stuff? I mean, and you have to pretty much say this is by design.
Absolutely.
So anything that we run into that is like an outage like this can essentially cripple all of us for an extended period of time.
I have an idea who was behind it.
Oh, gee, I wonder.
Raiden from Mortal Kombat?
I think it was a China. Read my lips, China. And this hat is Chinese. But no, it wasn't me, Lord. It wasn't Lord Raiden. I did not do it today. Really.
It was Liu
China
Kang.
as her.
Yeah. Summer, what's your take on it?
Well, I think it just goes to show that we are so dependent on those companies, and I think we need more. I mean, it's really scary, but I mean, I don't know. I actually didn't really know too much about it. I saw a headline, and nothing surprises me. I'm going to go with the China theory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
or
I mean,
some kind of cyber attack. Who knows? But
yeah.
Well, what are the people from the World Economic Forum always preaching to us? Hasn't Schwab been sitting there, hammering like, "Oh, cyber attacks are next, they're coming," and he's always sitting there pushing that. So it's like, the thing is I'm not surprised at all. Rachel says it's a test run. Yeah, Rachel, you got a point. It very well could be. For a major cyber attack. Janet says corporations run America. I know that Immortal was responding to something that JM put. JM is 100% on this. And by the way, shout out to JM for dropping this knowledge nugget up in the chat. 1,700 CEOs around the world have resigned in the last 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Didn't we go through like something like that last year too, where there was a whole bunch of CEOs resigning, and wasn't it shortly after all the Epstein stuff that all those CEOs now, contrary to what the media would have you believe, Ghislaine Maxwell is on trial right now, and I heard some of those flight logs accidentally leaked the other day. Some more of them. Some more names.
Dude, a huge swath of them came out, man. It was insane.
I covered a good number of those. I pull up one of the lists on my Sunday stream, and it's pretty funny, and quite sick and disturbing how many celebrities and politicians are on there.
I mean, it's a virtual. You go through it; it reads like a Rolodex of like Washington almost.
Yep.
It would explain a whole lot. But see, this is another reason why they're trying to have all these other little scenarios happening, so no one's paying attention to this trial because it does lead directly to everything.
Yep.
Epstein, he funded a whole bunch of how can I say this without saying this? We'll say a lot of science stuff that was definitely allegedly connected to 100% Wuhan.
Yeah. Was
So-
it trust the science?
Yeah.
We got the documents over at Infowars.com and Band.video. Yeah. The globalists, they're doing this. Don't forget, buy some vitamins t-shirts. Keep our operation funded, I think.
Oh, God. Small time. This is a great comment. Nice.
Santa Claus Schwab is coming to town.
It's looking a lot like Simpmas. Did you guys see that video?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. That was great.
Buddy Gaze. Yeah.
JM grabbing another good one. The United Nations has been granted permission through their cybersecurity team. Go figure. Hail to our boy Brightest Day.
What's going on, guys?
Zach's up in the
Hail,
house.
Zach.
Zach, you remember Summer? Summer, hopefully you
Oh,
remember
yes,
Zach.
I do.
How are you?
I'm very good. How are you, love?
I'm good, thank you.
All right. So, yeah, Zach, we were just talking about the Amazon outage. And what do you think? Do you think it was intentional? Or do you think it was just shoddy servers?
I think if you scroll up a little bit, Tony nailed it on the head. AWS runs CIA and FBI servers. They are entrenched with the government. This was definitely not an accident. This was allowed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody else had a very good theory and said we were all wrong and that it was an inside job, which I could absolutely see happening. And they're going to destroy evidence, which makes
sense. This is the comment I think you were alluding to, Summer.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Well, there's been a whole lot more info being brought to light this week as well. You heard about the CIA stuff, right? The 14-year probe. They found out that a good chunk of them are a little too pedo-friendly.
Yes. The CIA has pedos in their own ranks, and they did
garbage.
Zero about it.
Fucking garbage.
And that's no lie, folks. They literally did nothing about it.
This is why they waited so long to do this trial, because they had to put all the little all the chess pieces on the board to make sure they're going to cover up everything they possibly could, because they don't want the public knowing what's going on with the Maxwell stuff, because it all connects, every last bit of it.
And this ties right into the conversation we were having last week with Chase, where they introduced this new rule on Twitter that basically allows anyone to censor anyone else if they want to. And now we have all these high-level people that are just able to shut down any possible incriminating evidence that might come out against them.
Yep, right here we got it, and this is courtesy of Stuart Bramhall's WordPress, I guess. From in the source here comes from RT.com. Surprisingly, BuzzFeed was the one that broke this. The CIA covered up evidence of a deep state pedophile ring operating within its own agency, according to newly released documents.
Disgusting.
Yep. According to documents, one of the 10 CIA staffers raped a 2-year-old girl. What? And admitted to raping a 6-year-old on 2 different occasions. The employee was fired but never criminally charged. A second CIA agent purchased CP videos which were recorded by the victim's mothers, an incident that led to his resignation, but no criminal charges. Another CIA officer was caught attempting to arrange sex with a child who was actually an undercover FBI agent. His contract was revoked, but again, no criminal charges were filed. The only CIA employee who was actually charged for child sex crimes was also under investigation for mishandling classified material. Go figure. According to BuzzFeed, one unnamed former official told BuzzFeed that the CIA prefers to deal with incidents internally because employees who get charged with a crime may inadvertently be forced to disclose sources and methods. End quote. So there it is.
The only cure for that is how much is a shell cost?
Mm-hmm.
You know, just let's just. I'm sorry, but I want to take the Augusto's Pinochet methodology and just get a helicopter right now and a rope and just start making examples of these motherfuckers.
I know.
This is the most. These are the people that our tax dollars fund to pay to handle our national security, and then they're doing shit like this. These people deserve. I'm gonna.
Exactly. I think
I know.
we should start another stream on another platform at some point because I think once a week we have to go off on these sick sons of bitches.
Yep.
Well,
this is just
well,
a 2-year-old. The
Odyssey, baby. Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Odyssey. We'll have to start Odyssey show, boys. But this is, I mean, this is sick. This is absolutely sick. In the fact, it's disturbing as all get out that they're using official channels to hide this.
Mm.
I mean, it's just absolutely. It turns my stomach. But this is pure evil.
It really is. You remember that town hall that Trump had? I don't remember that reporter's name. That stupid bitch on NBC. That she went, do you really believe that all the Democrats are pedophiles and they drink children's blood? Yeah, at this point, 100%, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. No kidding.
I'm not. Nothing is out of the realm of possibility or reality when you're talking about people that knowingly and willingly allowed a multi-billionaire financier to have an island that was called Pedo Island. It was affectionately called that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Little St. James. And you got presidents there. You got actors. Prominent business. This is disgusting.
They were flying them in on helicopter and submarine. She had a license for both. That came out on the trial. This isn't a James Bond villain. This actually happened.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. And again, how many times have we told over the years by countless presidents, people in high places in the government that the three-letter agencies had gone rogue.
Mm-hmm.
And and this is just more truth of that. And I hate to just bring the religious thing plainly out in sight here, but I don't know what other way to put it. I do my best to walk with God, and I'm telling you, when I see this to me is pure evil. This is just pure evil.
It is.
This is pure evil. Summer, I don't know. What's your take on this? Because this just really perturbs me.
This is something I'm very passionate about. I am sick over it all the time. I don't understand how children just go missing. I mean, I find it interesting with all the technology we have today, with just everything. We can find our car, but we can't find a kid. And it blows my mind. And what is really disturbing and sickening to me at this very second is that this is probably one of, if not the biggest sex and human trafficking case that has ever taken place in the history of this country, probably the world. And there is nothing about it. I literally was on Twitter today and saw one account that I follow with some updates. This should be all over. We should be getting alerts on our phone. We should be, just like freaking Amber Alerts, we should be getting alerts as to everything that is happening. We need to know what is going on because this is huge. But I'll tell you this, If Donald Trump was on that list of people that was constantly on that plane or on that island, it would be all over the place. We would be hearing about it 24/7. But because he isn't, and because they are all on that list, we don't hear about it, and it's disgusting. And I don't understand how anybody. I don't care. This isn't even a political matter.
No.
This is a humanitarian. These are kids. These are young girls and boys, and I just don't understand how they go missing. I just don't get it.
This is, I agree 100% with you. This is disturbing on every level. Why do you think that's the first thing that Biden did was open up the border and the Mexico thing? How many people came over? You know, they said it's a certain number. I think they said like 2 million or something. It's closer to 10 million, and they're lying about these numbers. Yeah, because there have been people talking about it who actually were doing the border security and all that stuff, and how they lost their minds of what happened, you know. And they have, again, teenage boys that they're flying all over to rich areas in the United States in the middle of the night. Yeah, I'm sure they don't know where they are. This is very, very sick, and yeah, this should be exposed everywhere. And they keep closing down everything. They keep shutting down everyone. This is nonsense. It is so sick and twisted. And the Trump thing, they keep trying to tie him to this stuff. And they keep saying, oh, yeah, he was in the flight logs too. I think it was Roger Stone who said it. He goes, that's a bunch of BS. He goes, I think that they put that in as fake because when I believe it was his brother, there was a flight that happened. There was a flight accident. And ever since then, I believe it was in the late 80s. He only flies his own private. He only goes on his own private planes. They have to inspect it multiple times before he gets on. They said he would have never gone on a flight like that. One, well, one of the four girls. I'm sorry, but one of the four Janes that are in the trial right now. One of them said when she was 14, Epstein introduced her to Trump, and he goes nothing. She said nothing happened, and she never saw Trump doing anything at all. But it's also what ended up happening. Epstein kept trying to push Trump into getting with one of these girls. That's when he flipped out and kicked them out of Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah. And that's the thing, okay? Because I've heard that too about Trump. You know, them trying to say, oh, there was two former presidents on there. You know, one being Bill Clinton, and you know the second being Donald Trump. And to me, it's like, okay. Now let's think about this. Donald Trump is a man who basically could have any woman he wanted to. He did. I mean, this dude had an affair with Stormy Daniels, made this bitch sign an NDA, which she violated, and then she has to pay him money. And you're telling me that now he's gonna mess around with kids? This dude could pull any female he wants. All right, and he's in. I don't think so. I don't, and I'm not a Trump sycophant. I'm not. If the man is guilty of something, then let him hang. But I don't see it with him. I don't, and I'm not just taking up for him blindly and defending him. But I just look at it like if I'm that have that level of juice to where I can, you know, like where my wife is like, you know what, you do whatever you want. I don't care. This bitch owes you money, and. That's the last thing I'm doing is you know, taking away the innocence of a child or even considering that. Yeah. I just don't see it. Now, somebody like Bill Clinton, I can see that because this man is scum. He's always been scum. Look back to Arkansas. Exactly. How many dead police officers are there in his wake? How many people have crossed him and his wife that are dead now? They're in the ground because they crossed this. You know, none of that adds up with them.
Not so loud, not so loud.
Sorry.
Oh, you're way late to the game.
In regards to that, if Trump was a part of all of this, I would want to know 100%. I don't care who's involved. Yeah. I just feel like, why are they doing everything they can to hide this? But anything that has to do with January 6th or anything with the conservative movement, anything that is against what they are doing, basically, you know, good, they will do everything to try to expose it and to, you know, put it right out there. I mean, just lie after lie after lie. And I just find it interesting. This is the one thing. And, you know, they have been coming after Trump for how many years now on anything that they can find. Mm-hmm. They would have found it by now. They haven't, especially in regard to this. But I definitely think that the more that they hide this, the more I just feel like there's a lot that needs to be told.
For sure. Well, it's what Etep was saying too. If he's guilty, yeah, let them all hang. Like again, I'm not just gonna blindly support for the sake of it or anything like that. But from what I've heard and the information that's been put out there in the trial, and other people who've talked about this, there've been other rappers and stuff too that they saw the inner workings of this and got the hell out of it. They refused it because this is the thing. They tried to lure them in with the blackmail situations.
Oh yeah.
You get with a kid or somebody like that, they film it, and you're in for life. But on top of that, you're going to be protected, and you're going to be guaranteed X amount of money and all this other stuff. You're going to be a superstar. This is some of the shit that they dangle in front of these people. And somebody like him, exactly. Well, he couldn't be corrupted by them on that level, and that's why they hate him so much because he exposed them, and for 4 years he stopped the flow of their income. Because he was closing down human trafficking, he was stopping the drug stuff, he was making us energy independent. Yeah, there's so much that happened, and this is why they hate the man. This is why they had, again, we know the media has been paid off. It's clear as day. And for 6 years straight, right before he ran, and then up until they're still trying to drag his name through the mud. And he did the most beneficial stuff for the United States, because it was about America first. It was about bringing jobs back here. It was about all that stuff. And they all have their hands over their eyes. I don't know how they could be this blind. You have people dying left and right from fentanyl. You have people are breaking into these stores all over the United States, getting out. There's no problem. People are getting stabbed, shot, and everything else. The crime has gone through the roof everywhere. We're paying like $6 a gallon now in some places. It's up to $9 in parts of California. Like, could you imagine? And they go, "Oh yeah, we're doing a great job." You're doing a great job. We're about to have 2 more wars now as well. Yeah, doing a great job.
It's Baghdad Bob 1,000 times over.
Yeah. Holy hell!
Did anybody catch the comment that, by the way, the apparently Justice John Roberts was on that list?
Yeah. Yep.
Spielberg, Tom Hanks,
that's
Oprah.
Tom Hanks is not a surprise. That piece of shit's been suspect for years.
Heck yeah.
Just look at his Instagram.
Oh my God.
Look at his. That is very thinly veiled. That is very thinly veiled shit he's putting out there. That's almost a confession is what he's doing publicly with that.
Look up that actor, Cappy.
And you know what else?
You'll find out.
I have a pinned tweet on my Twitter, and as a mom of 4 daughters, as a woman, I have never felt so unsafe under a particular administration. I feel like they are doing everything they can. I don't know what it is. They hate women. They, from the trans issues, but more importantly to just the security of, them wanting to take away our guns, them, opening this border up to everybody, bringing in known pedophiles, rapists, the whole drug cartel, and putting them in places, where it's just insane to me. And women on the left are not seeing this. And I don't get it. I don't know what it is going to take for them to see that they freaking hate us. And we are not safe under a left regime. And what's sad is that
not this left regime.
No. Oh my God. I never felt like I would have to worry about things like that under Trump. And I wasn't even a Trump supporter at first. So it's just really sad that there are just not more people waking up. It's just what is happening to our kids. It just kills me. That is my hill. It's just really sad.
Yeah. That's it. You go after the kids. I'm sorry. I think that's when more people are going to start to wake up. And I think it's starting to happen a little bit. But let's hope that it's not too late, because it's not just about this administration. It's not about America. Take a look around the world. They're hiding everything. There have been protests nonstop. Millions of people all over the streets, all over Europe. You name it. And there's not a peep. Look at Australia. They're literally dragging people out of their homes.
Concentration camps.
Yeah. And how do we know that these women and young kids that are being brought into these camps who knows what can happen to them at night or anytime. I mean,
exactly.
It literally is just, it blows my mind that this is where we are right in 2021. What the actual F, excuse my language, but how the hell is this okay?
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
I mean, it's absolutely. I mean, it's crazy, and the thing is it's just it's beyond me that people. I agree with you, Summer. I don't understand how people can't see that. I mean, you have to be devoid almost of humanity to not be able to see that.
Well, I believe that there are people that genuinely do not have souls. Obviously, we're seeing that, but I feel like, my God, are they people I actually know? Because there are people that I was friends with, and I mean, on the left, and everything is COVID and the vaccine, and it's just bizarre to me. And this whole thing with COVID is nothing more than a complete farce, which, yes, I believe COVID is real, but they are using this to 100% distract every single person to not see what they are doing basically right in front of our faces. I mean, we're seeing it right now with this case. We're seeing it, with the immigration issues. I mean, it is absolutely Australia. Like, we are just seeing it, and it's almost like they're just laughing at us because they're getting away with it, and they're just like, oh, throw out the new variant, or lock them down. And it's
true. It's true. All right, you said COVID 3 times. I'm like Beetlejuice. You invoked me. Yes. Soulless, also me. Yeah, it is real because we created it in Wuhan. It's very real, as is the vaccines we also created. This is fantastic. It's nothing but murder and bloodshed. Everybody get your boosters.
No, the Australian thing, the camps, it's like, and Disney fired.
We'll get into that, E-Tipper. Just wait.
Oh yeah, that's a very touchy subject with me. Yeah, this whole thing is, like I said, yeah, I never was one of those people who's like, COVID isn't real. COVID is the flu. It's SARS. It is basically SARS, is what it is. And we're what's that? I'm sorry.
It's just repackaged. They just branded it a little differently.
Rebranded SARS.
When I went to the doctors and I got tested, I tested positive, so I got the health department contacted me, and they're like, oh, well, here's, you can go for these treatments, and they're like, and I'm reading through all the fine print, and it's like COVID, and then in parentheses, SARS-2 is exactly how it's classified. And I'm just like, well, I felt like Nicolas Cage. I'm like, you don't say. It was so. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm gonna be down for a week. I'm gonna stay hydrated. I'm gonna take my aspirin, and I got I got an in to get ivermectin and the mono. Yeah, that too. Yes, the monoclonal antibodies. But I would have had to drive about 120 miles to a hospital because none of the hospitals around me do them. So I was like, if I get worse, I was going to do it, But I'm like, honestly, I'm going to give it a few days. And here I am a week later. Oh, I'm basically suffering the after effects of a cold. So it's like, I didn't need it. I'm like, I'll save, that kind of stuff for if, last resort. There's people that need it more than I do. That's my thing,
Well, you heard what the South African president said, right, or one of the prime ministers or whatever. He came out and he said that the Omicron shit, it isn't anything. There's been no deaths down there, and he's not going to mandate anything. Yeah,
they discovered it in July.
Well, he'll be dead soon.
Yeah. That's what they've been doing. They've been taking out everyone who's kind of been against it in African countries. A few other places too. You saw what happened to the doctor, the one in Germany. He found out what was in the shots, the graphene, that type of metal. They beat him to death. They don't know if it was cops or Antifa, but they beat him to death outside of his home.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, not one bit. And I think Summer's spot on. Anybody that tries to raise the alarm about it, that they deem to be a problem, they will take out.
Matt, with us?
Macklin brings up a great point here. Approximately 39.5 million was spent to research this vaccine, the miracle elixir. However, last year, 149.5 mil was spent on cancer research, and they're still scratching their heads. Yeah, exactly. Hail that 70s rock fan. Good to see you.
Yeah.
And I think
And
a
then
lot
look-
of like, people are so misinformed or just turned off of things is this entire cloud of things that happens every time something important pops up. It's not just one big distraction. You have multiple distractions from multiple angles, and most people just shut off and they don't want to accept it after a while. They accept what's comfortable, they accept what's easy to believe, and they don't look any further.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And no, I got something else I wanted to share. So this was earlier this week. Etep, man, you missed this. This is gold, dude. So I got to show this to you. And I don't know, Vinny, if you saw it, you probably did, but the Patriot Front thing.
Yeah.
So this happened in D.C. Quote, another rally that they were going to have as a setup, basically, false flag. Dude, Etep, look at these guys right here. Look at
Those are all fucking feds.
Yeah.
Those are all feds.
Bro,
Just check their pockets for child porn.
They all got cat. They're all. It looks like a doctor's head, bro.
I guarantee you, ain't none of them got any facial hair. They all got the same haircut.
Oh, not a scrap of camouflage on any of them.
Nah.
And you know what the funniest thing is? Like these dudes, they left in U-Hauls, bro. It's straight up U-Hauls. U-Hauls pick these dudes up after
They should have just used the black vans with the tinted windows like they do with their snatch and grabs, man.
Right?
Jesus.
Roll up in the Suburban, right?
Yep. Why don't you just pull up with that Suburban with them federal government plates on it? Come on.
But this is here. This most obvious tells. No BLM, no Antifa counter protest. DC cops that really are looking out for quote right wing groups. They were protecting the group. Masks are illegal in DC, that cover the face fully like balaclavas do. Not only does this show bias, but it's clearly intended to avoid identification. Remember the Virginia hate hoax and how quickly they were identified. So this is just it was hilarious.
Don't forget the bumper stickers. I am definitely not a Fed.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so hilarious. So Etep, if you can find a video somewhere, because they keep scrubbing the videos of the actual march off of YouTube. But man, if you can find a video somewhere, dude, you will laugh your ass off because these guys are such tryhards.
Tell me you're a cop without telling me you're a cop, basically, is what that whole thing was.
It was so funny. But, again, this is all in service of the great narrative. They want to, they want to demonize anybody that is, that is like remotely common sense.
Yeah, them weren't good old boys. Them were not good old boys out there. No. I've been around groups like that. Them are not the good old boys. These are polished individuals with their neatly pressed dockers on. Jesus Christ!
No self-respecting man wears that.
No, exactly.
No.
I mean, but it's just hilarious. I mean, that was so funny because it literally legit looked like a doctor's hat, bro.
Yeah, that's a joke. That is a joke, man. Like that's just them being like, these plebs are stupid. They're gonna fall for this, and it's like we're all sitting back going,
check it out. Oh, check it out. Yo, thank you, Zach. Zach found the video, dude. This is even better.
That's like that Steve Buscemi meme where he's like, hello, hello, fellow kids. You know that's basically what that is the live incarnation of that meme right there. That is what it is.
All right,
Hello,
to
fellow
get away from
patriots.
this, but, like,
Yeah,
I saw that happening on the 6th too. Like, I knew
look
that
at
was going to
this
get
CTAP.
blown out.
Look at these dudes.
Looks to be about 12 of them.
And know that all this shit is just so faking in our faces. It's the time to be alive, our friends. Such a time.
Oh my gosh! I know it's crazy. Like seriously, I mean, they expect to pass that off. Like, look at this terrible far right group. Oh my god! Really?
Well, what's interesting too, their name, and if you go, they have a website that they just started. I mean, it's obvious, and if you, it just takes a little bit of common sense to put 2 and 2 together, but for some people, it's a lot more.
it's called Patriot Front. That was the best thing ever.
Yeah, it's literally a front.
Yeah.
Patriot Front. It's a put on.
You're right.
Did you guys see the guy from Antifa that was over there screaming at them?
Oh my God, Rachel!
I was like, I'm kind of with you on this one.
Rachel said none of them got laid.
You can tell by the pants.
Yeah,
Oh,
hey, tell them with them khakis, save some of that coos for the rest of us, homie. Jesus, dude, the ladies love them pleats. I'm telling you.
God, man, I will never again. I will now never be able to wear a pair of khakis in my life again.
No,
not while holding a shield and marching to the. No.
Not with what Drew. Not with what you're packing, homie. You can't wear no khakis. Come on, now.
Oh my gosh, man.
That's the other thing too. It's like their equipment is far too high tech considering what you've seen in the riots in the last year. And people come in with plywood shields, and these guys got literal like plexiglass and painted metal that's like professionally done. They ain't gonna spend money on that. We're just gonna buy ammo.
Oh, them shields were so cheap. Look at it was so.
If it were real, wouldn't they be marching at like Pelosi and like Chuck Schumer's homes?
Yeah, yeah.
So that actually is a really good point, Zach, about the shields looking like plexiglass. Do you guys remember the video from January 6th of the girl?
Yeah.
And she just went up. I've never seen anything like this. And she just kicked in the glass, and I was like, that is not glass. First of all, it didn't crack, and it was plexiglass. It looked just like the shields. And I'm going, they're using the same shit, just a different day.
Yeah, Cap Stargate said they bought the shields at Dollar Tree.
It's made out of 2-liter bottles.
They're LARPing. That's what they're just
totally
LARPing.
Yes, dude, they were LARPing for real, bro. It was. They were LARPing big time, man. It was funny as hell.
God.
Oh my gosh. The Tony blue-eyed rookery in the base says everyone in the Patriot Marchers' wives were at home getting a train run on them. Oh my god.
Well, look, they had to go out and march, and then they had to go hit up a Foot Locker and loot and get some Nikes for their wives' boyfriends on the way home. You know, gotta pay the toll.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Man, it's just I had to show that to you though, Etep. I saved that just for you because
I appreciate it.
Oh man.
I tell you what, I looked more official when I was cosplaying as Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury, than these jackasses did.
Those shields are there to protect their virginity.
Ew, girls, get away! Ew.
They had a flight to catch to a certain island.
Yeah, pretty much, man.
Do you think they all have matching cuck tattoos?
Yeah, most
Probably.
likely. Most likely. I mean, it was crazy though. That had me cracking up when I first saw that. I mean, they didn't even try to make it look convincing.
No.
That was as bad as a few weeks before that one rally they said they were going to have, and it had three dudes standing out there like grilling tofu dogs standing around in khakis and aviators. So it's like,
Yeah, the Fed Boy summer break party. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I hope AOC was safe. You know, every time
Yeah.
one of those things happens, she
She was safe.
She
Her number-
feared.
Therapy.
She
yeah.
was 3 miles away.
She's traumatized.
She was out tending. She was tending bar during that event. Let's be honest.
Right.
Back
She was-
at their hotel.
Tony dropping that tactical knowledge on us.
Yeah, he did.
Mm.
And yes, chat, my dog is adorable. Thank you.
You guys ever think that to yourself?
What's up?
Zach does have an adorable dog. Yeah.
How is this real? How is this really happening right now? I just wow.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like that all the time because I grew up back in the '80s, so it was like, man, the shit was just actually normal, and now we're at this, and it's like, what is going on here?
Well, for 30 or 40 years, they've been talking about a centralized banking where everything's connected to microchips. There's standing armies. There's less autonomy in the states because the United States is the last bastion of freedom, and we're the only ones who can stand up to the jackboots, whatever fucking political affiliation they want to call themselves.
Man, Rachel's on fire. She said, unless these are Target employees preparing for next year's Black Friday when they finally have stuff to sell. Oh my God.
Yeah.
They were marching to the ports to get the ships to come into the harbor.
Man,
They finally realized it's
serious
racist
this
to call
time.
it Black Friday and call it something else.
oh my gosh. Rachel, you got some zingers tonight. That's all I gotta say. You're lighting up the chat.
Yeah.
You're killing it. The director of Homeland. Yeah, exactly, JM. Oh man, that's crazy. I'm looking up the stuff right now on the COVID camps because I want to talk about that thing. Because here's the thing that they showed, and this is a clip of Haley Hodgson. I don't know, Etep, if you've seen this yet. This actual clip, but this is pretty crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this for you guys. Share screen. I'm a boomer. I admit it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all good, bro.
It makes no sense, does it?
That's Australia, correct?
Yes.
One of the camps.
One line you cannot leave without me and you cannot go to someone else. When it makes no sense or doesn't right, that is the line and that's the law. Yeah, and then
The law. There's a law that says that.
Too bad they disarmed themselves, huh?
Yeah.
This is exactly what the Second Amendment is to discourage.
Highly infectious.
Amen.
All of us.
This is
people are negative.
classic overreach. This is the kind of shit that pissed off Thomas Jefferson. That pissed off Patrick Henry.
$5,000 fine.
$5,000 fine if what?
If you breach again.
If I walk out onto that path.
Without your mask on, for
With-
no reason other than
If I cross that yellow line,
For the laundry.
That I've
Wouldn't you
broken
carry
the
like
rule, I will be
dirty
issued
fucking
with a
clothes every
$5,000
time?
fine.
that's correct.
Right.
We could even do
Run
that
you
now,
over in your
but
golf
in the
cart.
morning first, have a chat with you because the big fine.
Where's Random Brad? What the fuck do you think about this, man?
Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
bad.
I just want everybody to do the right thing and
Where's Lethal Lightning?
to make sure they do. I don't care.
He's probably in the porta potty next to him.
Right.
I'm just there to make sure.
He's banging Brie Larson out there.
Ooh.
So what did that experience make you think? Like what was your feeling about being in that situation with those people in control of your every movement?
Oh, it's horrible. It's a horrible feeling. You feel like you're in prison. You feel like you've done something wrong. It's inhumane what they're doing. Like you are so small. They just overpower you, and you're literally nothing.
God.
So wait, is she home now, or is she still in one of those pods?
She's
It's like
home
a
now.
nicely furnished.
But this is but that's what's going on in those camps. It's ridiculous. I mean, you know, you're not allowed to like step a certain amount of feet. It's insane. I mean, it's absolutely insane.
And these people are negative, right? I mean, these are all negative COVID. I mean, oh my God.
Yeah.
This is insane.
They're not putting the sick in the camps. They're putting the healthy into the camps.
Yeah. Well, that's just what she said. She was negative.
They're putting the dissidents in camps.
Yep.
Yes, exactly.
Sick people are in council chambers.
You know, I mean, it is. You know, they Tony's right. They cannot say anything bad about their government, or they face being in real prison. I mean, it's insane. Guy Vermectin says, "Have you seen the Aussie camp vid with the guy who starts off a monkey call and the whole block took it up? It was like a scene from Planet of the Apes." Yeah, I saw that, dude. It's insane.
By the way, that's a fantastic name, Guy Vermectin.
Yeah.
Have a great chat.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Did someone say jibs?
Comply.
Rachel mentioned flock of seagulls. Nice. Nice.
But the thing is you know, Janet may be right. Those people are never going to be free again unless they go to war,
or unless somebody liberates them.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, that's literally what it's going to take, I think.
And as much as I love the full Aussie guys, like we in the full Aussie chat have brought up the whole "you guys should never get off your guns" thing more than once. Like that conversation has happened, and they've come back with, you know, if we had guns, they would have just come at us harder. And like, I love those guys, but that's basically you telling us that if you had guns, your government would have declared war on you. I'm going to tell you, they already have, and now you have no guns.
Yep.
Well, and that's also a generation of like being eased into the idea that guns are not something good to have. You know, this would not happen in America because it would get bloody.
Yep.
It would absolutely get bloody.
Was it in Beirut? There was a place where this happened like a month ago. Literally, they were having a march, and everyone came out with their guns, and we're talking like AK-47s. Someone even had like the 50 caliber machine gun, like they had in one of the Rambo movies, and they're in the back of the truck, and the cops didn't go near them.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Exactly, and that's the point, right? That is it. A peaceful protest.
Yep, they you know, that's they can call us you know, backwoods or whatever, but you like you're not taking my firearms. You're not fucking ever taking my firearms. You like was it oh boy, Charlton Heston from my cold dead hands. That's exactly the way it's coming out of my hand. And that's the only way it's coming out of my fucking hand.
Dude, I
will die on my front porch defending my family before I ever submit to that kind of fucking
100%, bro, because I'll tell you what, like Charlton Heston was in the 10 Commandments, baby, I'll be parting that Red Sea too.
Well, let us not forget that the founding fathers were intelligent enough to specify arms and not just firearms, whatever constitutes an arm. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
So don't talk to me about powder balls and muskets.
Yeah, that's always their excuse is, oh, well, it's a well-regulated militia. And they were talking about cap and ball muskets. It's like, no.
It's whatever it takes to militia.
Yep, that's it.
Automatic weapons existed at that time. Like, those were a thing. And this was an era where people had private warships and cannons.
Yep.
Look at the bank account of the NC Prime Minister, Chris Fisk says. This is also happening to the MPs of Australia. This is war.
Yeah, we brought this up on my channel on Sunday. Her net worth last year, New Zealand's Prime Minister. Don't forget, this is also the woman that they caught smoking crack on video. Don't forget that. Her net worth was $800,000. This year, it's up to $25 million.
No, wonder why. Yeah,
I wonder
why.
Nice
her initiation. What did they make her do?
Yeah, nice fat deposit from one of the central banks, I'm sure. We got no guns in Britain either, says Time Prophet.
Hey, Random Brad Creator, highlight his comment at 750.
Okay.
He actually lives in Australia.
Yeah. Yep.
I have been pretty much forced to have the second jab. I'm totally against it, but I've had all work, and when I do get work, I need to be able to get supplies for my trade. Yeah.
Yep, that happened to our friend Dale, who's in Australia. And he, the only way that he could even get out of where he was to go get the jab. And he fought everything. I mean, he literally went to jail for not wearing a mask. He attacked the police. He is the funniest person. And I'm telling you, the stories that he has told us about Australia is absolutely devastating.
Yeah. Lasso Truth, Trina, she said, we are the militia. Yeah, you are correct on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you are correct on that. Hail to our boy Kai MFS.
Hey, Kai.
Make sure that you check out his work. Read Space Crime Domino. Kai is a brilliant author, very good science fiction writer, and I take my hat off to his creative ability, man. He is 100%, in my estimation, Kai, I call you a prodigy, but that's not stretching the truth. He is really, really gifted as far as being a creative person. Absolutely. Guy Vermectin says that coercion is straight up evil. Yes, it is. You know, PZ Canadian says brought to you by Big Pharma. Amen. Yeah, it's
I got a jet, y'all. I love you guys, but I gotta run. I get to go. I'm gonna go talk about a much more lighthearted subject now. We're gonna go talk wrestling over on the Clown World Review, my brother Tony Tone Deaf's channel. So after you're done here, come on over. Have some lighthearted fun with us. We'll be going through February 5th and 12th, 1996, both WCW and WWF Raw and the Monday Night Wars. I'll be over there. Vinny, I think Angelus Draven will be joining us too. So yeah, and if you're so inclined, you can come subscribe to my channel. Etepokuin's the place to be reviews. I review Batwoman and I hate myself for it. Batwoman is done until January now, thank God. So my mental state, my brain will stop being the jello pudding for a little while. But no, tomorrow night we got Going Rogue on my channel. It's my Rogue Entertainment show. Our guests, Tony and I will be hosting, will be Mr. Super Oz, Don Osborne, author of Everlasting Survivors, which was illustrated by Jeff Hicks from World Class Bullshitters. We'll have Mad Mardigan will be joining us. Saggy Mellons will be arguing with me about Miles Morales not being Spider-Man. She thinks he is. I said, fuck that. He's Kid Arachnid. So come on over there, join us. I also have a review of the Marvel show Hit Monkey as requested by one of my subscribers, Dylan Thomas. And he's going to be sorely disappointed because I hated it and I couldn't make it through all 10 episodes. But we'll talk about that on the review. And then, yeah, I'm just kind of chilling the rest of the week. Kind of just trying to get back to 100%. Thank you everybody who checked in, shot me DMs, and sent me memes all week to keep me laughing. I love you guys. This panel, you guys are all gentlemen and lady, are amazing. So thank you for having me, Drew. Love you, brother. Take care. This chat, Rogue Entertainment Chat, the best fucking chat on YouTube. I love you guys, and I will be back next week, man. I'll see y'all. Love you.
All right. Peace out, ETEP. Make sure you subscribe to ETEP McQueen's the place to be reviews because he's got an awesome channel. All right. So, Vinny, are you getting out of here too?
I'm going to be joining them in a few minutes as well. I got to make a phone call first.
Go ahead.
Yes, man. Thank you. It's always a pleasure being here. I mean, we get at least one day out of the week to talk some deep politics and some stuff and what's going on. A little bit of realism in the world. But if you want some great fantasy, you want some fantastic books, be sure to back Shadow of the Kraken. That's this wonderful pirate dude here. I'm almost complete with this with the pencils and inks for the book. So I'll have it done in the first quarter. So that's campaign number 6. You can still get a couple other great books that ship immediately. City of Venus, the 2 art books, and the hardcover ghost story Through the Woods. So if you want some great stuff, please support and back that. If you want to catch me on some more great streams as well, I have Friday streams and Sunday streams over on my channel. And I do a great, we do tour reviews and talk about retro things over on Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective channel on Thursdays. So, and Mondays I'm usually with ETEP over on his channel as well with Red Gaze and Tony Tone Deaf. Having a lot of fun. But thank you, everyone. Summer, it was a pleasure meeting you tonight. And
you too.
All Oh, absolutely. Everybody here, please continue to have a great night. Chat, we love you. And yeah, when this is done, head on over to Tony Tone Deaf. We're going to talk some wrestling. So, a pleasure, guys.
All right. Take care, Vinny.
You got it, my friend. Later.
Thank you, sir. We'll see you. All right. Well, I am very happy to say that. Listen, we don't have to give up hope, because I think a lot of us are fighting back against all this nonsense. I know that I'm doing all I can to put good information out there. I know Immortal Coil's doing the same thing with his channel as well. Zach is Zach. This is Zach's little respite of politics during the week, because he and I get together on Thursdays all the time and do our Battlestar Galactica stuff. But man, we do look forward to Tuesdays just as much. So yeah, this is one of those things where, and I think you alluded to it earlier, Summer. We're living in maybe the most interesting of times, because it's hard to believe that this, like you said, this is reality.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because I mean, you feel like you've seen this in a movie.
Well, I think it is a movie. I think we are watching a movie. I think we're all in it. And, it's interesting. I really feel like this country was 100% hijacked. I mean, like literally, was planned. I truly believe that Trump threw the biggest wrench in all of this. I think that had Hillary Clinton been elected president, this would have happened a lot sooner. But I think that it's just interesting, because I don't know, it just changed so fast. It was kind of like 9/11, like how, you went from just getting onto an airplane to now, after post 9/11, it was completely different. And I feel like everything is different now, our entire system, and good and bad. It definitely has had some positive things, but holy cow, I just can't get over how people aren't waking up to this faster.
I know. I mean, it's absolutely insane. You think about things like again, I was there on the 6th, and I was down there at street level, on Constitution Avenue, and I was interviewing people and the whole 9 yards, and it just people felt there was no other alternative except to show up in force and call the government out so that somebody would give us answers. But nobody ever gave us answers. Instead, the government declared war on us, essentially, because
I think you're right, Drew.
They did.
They knew. I genuinely believe they knew how big Trump won. I believe that they're pissed off that there's obviously a lot more red or good in this world than evil. And this is 100% a retaliation against our freedoms, our rights. And I just think it's, when people start to see that, because I'm pretty new to this journey, but I mean, I've been awake enough, like I've questioned a lot of things throughout my life. But this in particular, I mean, nothing felt right about COVID and how they were handling COVID and the hysteria and this fear. And, fear is nothing more than false evidence appearing real. And that is exactly what is happening, is they are making everything appear as if it's real, but they're doing it like with actors. That's why, I mean, I genuinely think we're kind of living in a movie, and, people just fall for it. They fall for it. Oh, yes. There we go. 1984. That book. Whew.
It's why they have to control entertainment.
Logan's Run.
Control music.
Logan's Run. Soylent Green. Wow, dude. Gattaca. Yep.
This is a graphic that Brutal Morningwood shared this. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I love Brutal, man. Good dude.
When you think
that meme is spot on.
100%. But think about it. When have they ever withheld medication from anyone? And all of a sudden with COVID, they're withholding all of these You know, they're not even promoting a healthy lifestyle. They're not promoting vitamins.
No.
Since when? Since when? I mean, they've literally been drug pushers forever.
Well, Summer, look what they're doing now. Okay, you know, they're telling you somehow they found a way to do mental gymnastics to try to justify 5-year-olds getting, you know, these shots, or else not being able. You can't go to the grocery store, take your 5-year-old to the store with you.
No.
I mean, what the hell? They're going to bar your kid from being in there. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then don't even get me started on the, you know, what they're doing with the transplant lists. They're withholding giving people transplants simply because they chose to not take a toxic vaccine.
Well, I'll tell you this. I went down a rabbit hole this weekend I was not prepared for. And there's a lady who was reading off the ingredients in the patents of this vaccine. There is literally propane. Propane is in this vaccine. HIV.
What?
Yes, propane. But when you think about it, it kind of makes sense with the lung issues that people are starting to have and like heart issues. And so when you actually take the time to research this stuff, and she was actually on Stu Peters, I can send you guys the link if you want to share it. But it's a fascinating, like 25 minutes that you will sit there. And I'm not kidding. I was like, holy shit. But all of this, it's public knowledge. It's just people don't want to take the time because, you know, again, they keep us distracted. This is the biggest distraction ever invented.
Yep. And you're not wrong, you know, and see, that's why I love doing this show, because, you know, we're on here and we're just speaking from the heart. We're speaking, you know, what's really going on. And the thing is, you know, this very company, Google itself, they hate real information. Okay, YouTube by proxy. Well, I can't say by proxy because if you sit down and ask Mama Susan, she'll legitimately say, you know, if it's quote misinformation, if it's against the narrative, it don't fly on YouTube. You know, and as my friend RR says about you, you're a sharp lady. You know your stuff, and that's why, you know. Yeah, I know somebody else asked. Again, we're getting the questions of, does Summer have a channel? Well, yeah, she does.
No, not yet. Well, we're working on it. I'm not going to promote it yet because we're still trying to work out all the kinks. But my good friend Lisa and I, she's a nurse. We decided to try and start one of our own. Real facts, you know, I mean, I'm by no means as smart as she is, but I'm very real and I do a lot of research. I don't require a lot of sleep, so this is what I do at night. And I think it's important. And I think that, you know, we now realize that we are in a war. We're in an information war. And I think that it's important to at least try and reach, especially the younger generation, and even some of the older generation. I think they're actually worse than the younger generation. But yeah, I think I'm excited about it. But we're still working out some things. So
well, we've got
this is my dream job right here.
I mean, we've got 36 people in here right now watching us, Summer, you know, plus probably more. And, you know, replay. I mean, and yeah, and we're going to have a ton more on the replay. And it's like, you know, it's like you said, getting critical information out is so important, you know, because this is information everybody can use. And yeah, we make it fun, you know, because we do our little bits and skits and everything. And oh, by the way, guys, you know, because I'm Asian and I'm considered white adjacent because I'm not like people of color enough. So guess what? I have my little lights behind me. I have the nice I guess are these even festive? I don't know. But the thing is you know, it fits in perfectly because I might not be white trash, but just remember I'm white adjacent trash.
Oh my God, true. You're a damn good singer.
Yeah, and hey, I can sing. You know, if I ever need to fall back on it, hey, I can always sing for my supper.
I don't think I've ever
Be
heard
an
you
Alan
sing.
Jackson. What is it? Not a stand-in. Whatever they're called. You were. No, I do. I think it's important. I think that what you guys are doing every week is incredibly important. And, you know, those 36 people that are on here right now can talk to however many more people, and it just trickles
That's right.
down. And I think that is what's so important. I have no problem talking to anybody about anything with this. I mean, even today, like I will just talk and talk and talk because, you know, I feel like there is so much that needs to be said, and if we can just, you know, get to our neighbors or our friends or, you know, our family members and do it in a way that's practical.
Janet says Summer
Aw,
messaged me. I would love to help you any way I can. And Janet's a sweetheart. She totally will.
You guys would blow up because honestly, pretty girls have a easier time on these platforms, and it's kind of like those murder porn podcast chicks. You know what I'm talking about? The
yes.
yeah.
Thank you. Well, you know what's
give a piece of
interesting
advice, though.
too. I think it's all about like presenting just the truth in a very like relatable way. You know, I mean, it's so hard when you listen to certain people and you're like, I have no idea what that means. I can't even spell that. And then there's just some of us that are like, okay, we're just down to earth and we understand. And
well, there's a way to demystify it and then post links to whatever it is you're talking
Tony.
about. You know?
Nice, Tony.
And just a helpful hint, you will always be working out the kinks. Don't let that stop you. There will always be kinks. You'll always trip over something. Even the best of us do it like on a weekly basis, Gary.
Tree Rock Creation says, well, I don't know. I think most people won't listen because they are lazy and just don't care until it's too late. Yeah, and there are those type of people out there.
It's the quick and easy path. It's also fatal. You know, you'll eventually die. But
I mean, but there are a lot of people though that are waking up. And hail, rough girl, great to see you. Yeah, always love to see rough girl. Clobber times, what's up, man? Another great person in our community. Clobby's always doing good content, talking about when comic books were still good and everything else. And of course, gotta send a shout out to my boy Adega Outlaw, Dr. Adega. I mean, this dude has come through clutch for me. I don't know how many times. He's actually, you know, he's never been my personal doctor, but this dude is doctor. He's my friend. And I will tell you, this man kept me healthy through all this COVID nonsense because he just said take a regimen of vitamin C, vitamin D3, and zinc. And I will tell you what, oh, as God is my witness, I've taken that and I have never, ever had close to a symptom ever. So it's like, it's great. You know, hail to Scotty. Sporking is in the house. Sporking
This
News
freaking
Podcast.
grifter.
Good to see him. Scotty always coming in for
Immortal and Zach, are you guys on like Twitter Spaces? You guys should join us. I would love to have you guys come and talk too. We have a pretty good group on our spaces in the evening. I think you guys would be a great addition.
So most of the time when I'm on Twitter is when I'm at work and I cannot be on my camera and microphone. I work at a government defense contractor. And then when I'm not when I'm not there, I'm here on YouTube. So
got it. Well, with Spaces, it's just your voice, but
same thing. I can't.
I get it.
Although I will say, you know, my experience with Spaces, I've made a lot of amazing friends because that's how I met Summer. You know, I also it's how I met Rachel that's in our audience. It's how I met JM that's in our audience. And you know, I mean, the list goes on. But you know, I mean, if I had to like kind of complain about Twitter Spaces, Twitter Spaces like the Twitter interface is trash. You know, if I'm being real about it, the Twitter interface is trash. But other than that, if you can get past that, it's still a great way to have good conversations. So it's just the Twitter interface can be maddening because half the time it crashes.
Especially on me.
Yeah, hey, it does for me too. Um, you know, it's funny. Like I like how Scott can slip in the channel, but or slip in the chat, but he never comes on the panels. You know, I go on his show, but he never comes on mine. He's too good.
That's how you grift.
Yep, that is. He's the grifter extraordinaire. But hey, by the way, hail to RR, man. RR, thank you for always being such a great supporter and everything else. You know, gosh, you get the same thing that my cats do, Zach. My cat Gambit does the same thing. He will get up on my lap and he will not leave me alone when he wants attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't deny him on stream either. They know when to get a hold of me, and it's when I'm sitting in the chair.
Yeah. Rita says we have a cat that looks like yours. Ours is named Phantom. Nice.
I've got 3.
Scott said, I am too good. Or I only have 2 nights I can stream. Oh, man. Red Gate says Scott's going to use his children as shields or as boogers. Keely Chow says, great quote from Jeremy Griggs of Geeks and Gamers. Grifting ain't easy. Nice. Oh, well, we're closing in on the hour and a half mark, folks. That's usually how long we go because we usually go shortly after 12 or mid after, or I say 12, mid after 8. God, I can't keep my time straight. Maybe I'm falling prey to boomerism, so yeah, it's probably a good time to wrap it. We'll go around the panel. And, and by the way, I know all of you people in the chat, the double entendres are going to fly in because I said wrap it. So just, yeah, hold off with those, please. Yeah, we'll go around the panel and let everybody talk about where they're coming from. Oh, God, I'm going to be clipped for this, most likely.
No.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, you have no idea. Summer, my friends love to meme me. It just, trust me. Yeah. All right. So, Zach, we'll start with you. Why don't you tell them about yourself? What you got going on?
Not used to being first. All right, guys, you can find me here on YouTube, Odyssey, Minds, half a dozen other places. All the page. Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, my prime piece of content is booked with Brightest Day, where I read classic sci-fi novels to you. Tuesdays and Thursday nights are either model building or gaming streams, and I'm also here on Rogue Resistance and on Pegasus Actual Podcast.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And we're going to try to get Nikki Klein for Thursday, so hopefully we can get her on. And we'll go over to Immortal Coil. Hey there, buddy.
What is happening, savages? You are listening to the voice of Immortal Coil, your future minister of whiskey mysticism. Revolution is my name. You can join me tomorrow for the Savage Perspective, 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is 9:45 Eastern U.S. Daylight Time, of course, where we go over the news with the Savage Perspective. When the spin is real, the truth is savage. Join me, my friends. You won't forget it.
All righty, and we will go over again to the wonderful Summer Elliott and let her say where she can be found and what she's got going on. So go ahead. And I think she's frozen. You peace. Poor Summer. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, at any rate, I do know this. I do know you can find Summer on Twitter Spaces. You can also find her probably on her own YouTube channel soon. I know she does have a channel right now, but she's still working out. I'm sure the content she's going to have on there. She's going to have, as she was saying, her friend Lisa will be on there with her, and she'll probably have like kind of one of those two kind of co-host shows. She'll probably go that format. So, yeah, it's going to be great. So, you got something to look forward to there. And in the meantime, you can catch Summer. You can catch Summer on the Twitter Spaces, and she's back. So I can let her do her proper outro. Even though I did it for her, but she can do it much better than me because she looks better than I do.
Am I back?
Yeah. So.
Oh, I do not.
Tell.
So my Summer or Make Me Up Summer, and then we just started a Telegram. And that.
Geez, the government really hates you today, huh?
Is it there? So Flyover Patriots is our Telegram, and then we'll be posting information about when our podcast will be going live.
Yeah, and I can't wait till you actually use your YouTube channel. That'll be nice. Yeah, you're here.
Can you hear us?
We can hear you. We can
I've
hear
been
you.
noticing some stuttering issues on the stream altogether, so it might not be just her.
Yeah, well,
it's the Australian government.
It's the Australian government.
God damn it! We've been tipped off.
Well, you can also you can find me, folks. You know where to find me, just right here. Also, every Thursday for Pegasus Actual, and don't forget I show up on every so often random streams. I'm also on Thursday Night Throwdown with Comics Division. I'm also sometimes on Yelling at Parked Cars on Mondays, like you saw yesterday, where I was on with Comics Division. And of course, as I said, Summer's got her stuff that's coming up. Make sure that you follow her at Make Me Up Summer on Twitter and also on Twitter Spaces, right?
Yes.
I think yes.
Just avoid dead air. Yes.
Exactly. So want to thank you folks for hanging out with us. Love the chat. You guys are indeed the best chat on YouTube. And without you, there is no us. Please remember that. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I will see you on Thursday when we talk about Battlestar Galactica. We could use a little break. So until then, yeah, take care.
Spending $150 million on cocaine would make sense.
They think it's right to murder. They want to murder. Look at all the people, and they get a kick out of it. The sexual kick out of it. The whole thing, I think it's sick. 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 The whole thing, I think it's sick.